our studio in Newport Beach, California. Welcome to another edition of the Chab Dog Sports Talk Radio Show. Sometimes scattered, but always edgy. We're an authentic take on sports talk. Rated R. Chab Dog brings you Eric, the well-read, Frank, the tank, Brian from Sports Rock, and special guests. We're here to talk sports. We're here to rant and vent. We're here to take it up another notch. Now here's your host, Chab Dog.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Chab Dog Sports Talk. We're on each Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's transactional and business legal needs, and we do estate planning as well, and by Chab Dog Sports Blog for your ahead of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary. And we've got a lot of great music for you and some good clips, along with plenty of talk about the NFL Conference Finals. I'm here with Eric Sovey, my co-host. How are you doing, Eric?
Hey, Chab Dog.
See, you're fiddling
to the
with
studio.
The levels there.
Yeah, we haven't had your mic active here for a while.
Yes, I know. It's always better to do the show in person if I can just manage to get my butt down here. It's more of a challenge than people would think when you can only drive 62 miles an hour.
Yeah, that. At least it wasn't in the rain. Would you have made it if it was pouring rain like yesterday?
That would have added another 15 minutes probably.
Oh, okay. You would have made it then.
Was it pouring?
Oh, at certain times
Yeah.
it was blowing sideways.
I know it woke me
hard.
up. It woke me up, but it's always don't you like sleeping when it's raining? I love that. Actually, it's for me it's comforting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind hearing the rain coming down.
I wonder
as long as it's at night.
Wonder if I'm the only person out there that has that good reaction to rain at night. But
well, you never lived in Seattle or Vancouver, so
yeah, I know that's prime rain territory. So we've got
speaking of rain, rain today.
We've got two big games today. You wanted to talk about the games from last weekend, which
yeah, let's recap and then we'll talk some more with Brian when he comes on and get his take on it. But I thought they were pretty boring games.
The day started off on Saturday with. Did it start off with Baltimore, or was Baltimore at night?
Good question.
You're talking about the first game. I mean, I'm trying to go through chronologically, and
Buffalo Baltimore was first.
Okay, that was a pretty good. Yeah, that was a pretty tough game for a while, but Baltimore just they wilted. Lamar Jackson, it was very, very symbolic to see him get thrown on his ass in the end zone.
Yeah,
very symbolic. Must have been very humiliating.
I think it was. He came out of the game at that point, and my claim was that he broke his feelings.
He had his feelings.
Yeah,
hurt.
He had his feelings hurt, so he left the game because his feelings were injured. Because I didn't see what else was
Well,
the problem
I thought they said he had a concussion or something.
What, from landing on his ass? Yeah, that causes a lot of concussions.
They use that when they don't want to excuse somebody from continuing to play, but
and up until that point, he was having a better game. Anyway, like he was playing pretty well for a playoff.
Yeah,
game.
but he wasn't making the plays in the red zone.
No.
Buffalo took advantage of, I thought, a few of those, and they kind of lured him in. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting. I mean, that's the way
defense.
Buffalo plays. They're very athletic. They're fast. They take advantage of your mistakes, but they don't necessarily stop you from gaining yards. So
they don't. Yeah. But then both teams' defenses played that way through the first half. It was a great game in the first half. It was close for a while there, and it looked like either team could break out, and then Buffalo ultimately did. But that Baltimore defense played really well, and I'd say that Buffalo team, it Did it play great? Yeah, it played great towards the end, but it wasn't that electric for the first 3 quarters. So I wouldn't say neither team's offense was all that charged up. I mean, those defenses are good.
Clicking.
Don't get me wrong.
But when they got that 2-touchdown lead, that was
over. Yeah,
you just knew that there's no way Baltimore can without their main guy.
No.
So that game was in my mind disappointing because it was really only 2.5 quarters of a game.
Yeah, it was over towards the end of the third quarter. You could see the momentum shifted. And the same was true for the other game.
The other game that day was
Green Bay and the Rams.
Oh, that was Green Bay and the Rams. Yeah. And I to tell you the truth, I didn't see the last half. I went on a bike ride instead.
Okay, so this is something you're a football fan, and this is something that just mystifies me. That there can be a football game on, especially a playoff game at that, and you walk out in the middle of it and just go do something else. If you're a football fan, aren't you going to watch the game?
I don't know. I have my priorities and getting a little exercise because I didn't really get much exercise this week. I went on a couple of walks and I felt like that was the opportunity for me to go on a bike ride. So
you couldn't go before or after. You had to go right there.
Plus, I don't like. I hate to say it, but I don't like Green Bay, and so I don't like watching them play.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
And the Rams, I just sensed that Rams weren't their offense wasn't there. Even though Goff was playing, it never seemed like that was a reality that they would be able to produce points that they needed. And Aaron Donald looked, didn't he kind of look, he didn't look 100% to me. He was kind of suffering. So for all those reasons, I didn't want to watch the second half and see the coronation. It was just a certainty to me at that point. Green Bay was winning.
Oh yeah, I picked Green Bay to win that game, and they did win that game. And it was just they were just playing with the Rams the whole way. A couple of times it looked like maybe the Rams could turn it around, but you just knew in your heart they weren't going to do it. And that all year, what a great defense, what a great defense. Well, all year I was telling you it was just they were just average, and Rodgers exposed that.
I mean, I think it was 25-18 at the end of the third quarter, so it wasn't a wipeout by any stretch. But when they gave up that big play, that you just kind of that was you just knew, like in the Baltimore game, they weren't coming back.
They weren't coming back. That was
so
that was Saturday. So it was like so Saturday. Yeah, they weren't bad games, but they weren't great games.
I give those games like a B minus.
Yeah, 6 out of 10, 6.5.
Yeah. Then I think it got better on Sunday. I mean, well, if you're not a Chiefs fan, then I mean, watching a game that's kind of close like that is exciting.
Mm.
And Cleveland was, good enough to hang around. They just whatever. I didn't see the last quarter, so I didn't see their again, I was on a bike ride.
What?
Well, I watched enough of the game to understand what was going on, and Cleveland. But I don't know. In the last quarter, Kansas City's defense just kind of shut them down.
Yeah, and the offense, did just what they needed, other than the interception
on that last drive.
Yeah,
they kept the ball, which was what they have to do.
Yeah, they kept the ball. They kept it under
control.
But
I know there was a punt that Cleveland made late in the fourth quarter, and to me that was not acceptable. They should
4.5 minutes to go. They punted the ball.
I don't care where the fuck they were. They had to keep the ball and score because you can't.
They were in their own. They really couldn't.
You can't give the ball back to Kansas City like that. You never can.
Well, you've knocked out Mahomes. Maybe you can. I mean, to that point, it was possible. It was a tough position to be put in by any stretch, sure.
Because if they go for it and they miss, then they have to stop them, or it's either a touchdown or a field goal. And if it's a field goal, then you can still.
Yeah, but you had 4.5 minutes. You had 2 or 3 timeouts left. I think you made the right call there.
Okay.
It seemed like there was enough game there to survive, and you didn't think that Kansas City was going to. But they did. They just turned around, ran the ball.
You sound more like a Kansas City's fan who was relieved they didn't go for it.
I've been happy either way.
Because that's the way I feel a lot of times when my team's the one with the lead and the other team's trying to figure out whether to go for it or not, and it's late in the game. I always want them to punt.
Yeah, I'd rather they punt.
It's a sensible thing to do, but it also, puts off the moment of truth. But so that's.
Well, the moment of truth got placed where they had to go for it on fourth down, on the Chiefs' side.
So I know you wanted to talk about something else from that game having to do with when Mahomes got hurt.
Yes.
Okay, because I saw part of that, and if there was anything wrong with the hit, why did they call anything?
No, they didn't call anything.
And the way it looked to me, he kind of he was running around and he didn't completely slide and kind of went forward and got held up by somebody else, and then he got hit again or something.
No, it was the way he was tackled. And this would be, this wasn't right for anybody, even though, it doesn't matter.
Well, how was he tackled? Running back.
So he was tackled around the shoulders to start, which is fine. And then as he was going to the ground, the player then grabbed Mahomes' helmet. But he didn't grab the face mask. He grabbed the side and the back of the helmet. And then using his body force and his momentum, he yanked at that, hyperextending Mahomes' neck. Yeah, Mahomes didn't land on his head. The player didn't hit his head. So there was no trauma there. The guy did not have a concussion, but what he did have was a hyperextended neck.
Did the guy explain why he was touching Mahomes' head?
Oh, no. He never said anything about that. But, I got eyes. You can see the replay clearly. He is grabbing the helmet and wrenching it as hard as he can, using his body force to hyperextend Mahomes' neck. He was trying to break Mahomes' neck. It's clear. That's a dirty move.
And they
just
missed it.
The refs, we went by in a blink of an eye. I can understand why the refs missed that. Is the same way I can understand they missed Sorensen when Sorensen knocked that Cleveland receiver out at the goal line.
Well, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's understandable that happens in a football game.
They both got missed because they were really quick. Like you couldn't really see either of those things. So I can understand they both got missed. That's what happens, but it doesn't make it right.
It's kind of like something you might have seen in one of those movies about football, like The Longest Yard, when the guards were playing the prisoners and they were getting really brutal. They were doing all sorts of nasty things.
Oh yeah.
So
I had it all. I saw last week or 2 weeks ago.
And then his toe was already messed up.
Yeah, his toe was already messed up by something. Who knows what?
And then he got, and that. So what that that actually sounds like it caused a concussion.
I don't know if you can get a concussion from having a hyperextended neck.
Oh, I bet it seems like a lot of trauma on the neck.
It's a lot of trauma. I don't know if that's concussion. Maybe it caused a concussion. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I do know from had a hyperextended neck from playing football. That you can't stand up. You're really woozy for like a while. Like it's a sickening feeling.
So it was a dirty play, and then what happened?
Nothing.
There was some things in the press about it, and.
Right.
And the guy apologized.
And apparently, Mahomes' mother, tweeted out.
What did he say? Like he just said he got caught up in the moment and didn't think about what he was doing.
Words to that effect. He was just trying to make a football play, just trying to get your son down. Didn't mean to hurt him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I wonder if some of those defenders have this building up this resentment because this is a guy that is very hard to catch.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and you see this. It's like. The rabbit that the fox can't catch, and the fox keeps seeing the rabbit, and the rabbit keeps running away and avoiding him. And there's this built-up reservoir of once I get my hands on this guy, I'm,
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. And look, if I'm a Cleveland fan, I want this to happen.
But you should never try to. Yeah, I mean that's in theory. You should never try to hurt anybody. But football is a very brutal game. That if you saw, I grew up with this watching the Raiders play in the '70s. Mm-hmm. And they were just the worst cheap shot artists.
Yeah,
they'd take people's heads off. The receivers would always be talking about that. They hated Lynn Swann.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the same way because he was brilliant and he ripped them huge.
So plays. Whenever they had a chance, watch out. So I wonder what's going to happen today in this game because Mahomes he's got to be a little worried about any kind of hard hits that could hurt his head.
Mahomes?
Don't you think he could get another concussion pretty easily?
Yeah, his neck is going to be tender. But as long as nobody's ripping at his helmet again, he'll be fine.
I don't know. I think. Well, let's see what maybe he will be.
Don't call. They won't call plays with him deliberately. That play was designed as a quarterback option, and he took the option.
Because part of the thing that makes the Chiefs so good is that he can run, and he does.
Yeah, he can run, and he will run. But they just won't call design.
Here's
plays for him
our first caller, Brian Keller's calling in bright and early. You must have gotten a lot of sleep last night, huh?
He's excited.
Brian Keller, you're on Chab Dog Sports Talk. Do we have a connection?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Brian.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Don't make a fuck out of me.
Yeah, you better be careful. Yeah.
We're here on Championship Sunday. Welcome to Championship Sunday.
Yeah, don't. You're not allowed to go on a bike ride or anything. You have to watch every minute of these games.
Well, okay, Brian. Look, if you're a true football fan,
I made a bad admission that I took a bike ride on and snoozed through part of the Rams game and part of the Baltimore game. No, which was the other one?
Part of the Chiefs game.
The Chiefs game, yeah. Well, my wife was upstairs yelling and screaming, and I'm just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, she's a pretty rabid Chiefs fan.
And if I'm not totally in line with her, then a lot of times she senses it, and it's awkward. I can't. I am who I am.
You're rooting for Cleveland?
I would never say that, but I wanted a good game.
You want a death wish?
I wanted a good game. I wanted
a
good game.
Well, you got a good game.
And that's what we got, right? See, Eric thinks it was a crappy game. I'm
not saying it was crappy. I'm just saying for what we all build up this champion or division playoff weekend.
So you
as the best weekend
would it have
football.
Been a good game for you?
All four games were lame.
If the Chiefs ran all over the Browns and outscored them like 45-0, would that have been a good game?
Well, that would have been more exciting for at least one fan base. Yeah. A blowout would have.
I think you could look at that as kind of a cop out when you say, "I just want to see a good game."
Wait, you're talking
about? I
want
to see my team win.
Yeah.
I want to see my team win by like 100-0. That's a good game.
See, that's interesting because that's not.
That'd be a good game.
Like I never look at it that way. I always want a good game.
Well, unless the Steelers are playing and you want to win by 2 points, yeah, sure.
No, but if the Steelers won like 30-27, I would have said that's a good game. Not it was a bad game because we didn't win by a lot.
I'm not saying it wasn't. It was a good game, but it wasn't. We build up that these games on division weekend are great, and often they are. They're really close.
Did you like what about
back and forth? There was no back and forth.
What about the Tampa New Orleans game? Did you like that?
I like that because I saw New Orleans, but again, you could tell pretty early who that game was under control, and
because that was a close game for a lot of it, wasn't it?
You could still tell. I didn't think the outcome was ever in doubt.
See, I'm becoming a Tampa fan, so I liked seeing Brady do what he did to those guys, and I liked seeing New Orleans pay the price for not having any kind of a long passing game. They were camped out waiting for Drew Brees to do his stuff.
I mean, all respect to Drew Brees, but he's over.
He couldn't do it anymore.
He couldn't do it anymore. So that was the end of that.
Did you like that game, Brian?
Which one was that? The New Orleans?
The Tampa New Orleans game.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. I was disappointed because I was rooting for New Orleans, really, but I guess it was a fairly good game. I mean, really, Drew was a big disappointment.
It's interesting, though, that people, I guess we were lulled into thinking that he was kind of back, but he never really was.
He never was. I was never lulled into thinking, gentlemen, I told you that Brady was going to win this game, and Brady's going to beat Rodgers again today. As much as I'd like to see Green Bay win, I would like to see Green Bay win, but I don't think it's going to happen, guys. Even in the snow and the cold.
I just think Tampa Bay made some serious adjustments on their defense that I didn't see as much before, and Arians gets a lot of credit for that, I think. Don't you?
I just want to see a good game.
Wait, you can't say that. What a
holy dog shit!
Yeah, I'd always want to see a good game. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Chiefs.
I think we're going to see that today. I think we're going to have two pretty good games. No reason why we shouldn't, unless somebody gets hurt and like if Josh Allen breaks his arm.
You never know what you're going to get with Kansas City or Buffalo, for that matter, sometimes.
All right, so what's...
Well, you do know that. I mean, when was the last... Here's a question for you, because I asked this question of myself yesterday. When was the last time you saw the Chiefs come out and play flat in a game?
Well, they did it last year against Tennessee when they fell behind 24-0.
Yeah, and they came back and they won. That's not flat. They made it flat and lost because they played flat. Okay, how about that? When was the last time you saw the Chiefs lose because they didn't come out excited?
The Raiders game this year? Did they take the Raiders for granted?
They lost. They were down at the end of that game. They were down 1 score. So no.
Yeah, I would have to agree because I don't recall. Well, I haven't seen a quarterback that's so in tune and sharp 99% of the time since guys like Montana and Elway in their prime.
Yeah.
But he didn't look sharp to me against Cleveland. I mean, after the first, they scored the first 2 times, I think.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive.
But then they stopped scoring for a while.
Yeah. But they were still moving.
I just saw it wasn't totally clicking the way that it usually is. It was good at times, but
they often do that. They'll go dark for a quarter and a half, and
so
start clicking it again.
Yeah. This year in particular, man, they won 15 games, and very few did they really dominate at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said last week, didn't you, Brian, that they weren't covering?
Oh, they didn't cover 6 straight. Their last 5 games at home. Last 6 games at home they haven't covered.
Yeah.
They have not covered most of their games. That's right, Brian.
I mean, we're nitpicking, but...
Well, remember,
it's one of those, you do enough to win type things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing, unlike Pittsburgh, the Chiefs were playing a first-class schedule here. They're playing the hardest schedule because they just came off winning the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. That happens.
So no wonder they're going to play a bunch of close games because they're playing a bunch of good teams.
Like New Orleans. They played New Orleans. I don't remember.
Well, all those games that were close, none of them were dirtbag teams. And we'll be fair. Like the Chiefs' defense is a good defense, but it's not the best in the NFL. It's maybe mid-range. It's high in some areas, lower in others. It's a good defense, but it's not. There's some great players on there. I mean, the Honey Badger, man, that guy's out of sight. Yeah. Josh Allen's like Roethlisberger.
What I notice about the Chiefs' defense is that they do a lot of grabbing, and they get away with it.
Oh, they do, yeah. I see it too.
So they're going to be all over the Buff. They're probably going to play. It's going to require an adjustment from the Bills in terms of their approach. I'm not sure the Bills have the best offense for them.
Well, back to this flatness thing. While I haven't seen the Chiefs come out and play flat, I can't remember the last time, so it must be 3 years ago now. I've seen the Bills come out and play flat a number of times this season alone. Even part of the first half last week, or that whole first half, they were pretty flat. If they come out and play flat, they're going to get rolled. If they come out and play great, then they're going to match what Kansas City's doing. So there's one of 2 possibilities there. The possibility that Kansas City comes out and plays flat, 0. They always come prepared. They're always ready to play.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and Buffalo is still not quite sure.
Yeah. So Buffalo has a narrow path to victory here. I mean, they could do it, but it's narrow. Much narrower than the Chiefs. Much narrower than former President Trump upsetting the election and winning it in the Senate when they have the trial in a few days.
The trial of the missing in action president?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, this is his last shot. I mean, Trump's going to go into that trial, and he's going to want to give evidence himself. Do you think he's going to let other people have all the fun? He's going to get up there and speak in the Senate. It's his last shot at.
Do we have the Nixon clip?
Oh yeah, yeah. Speaking of presidents,
we had some good Nixon clips that brought back some of these.
This one or the other?
No,
one?
I think it's the other one.
Oh, you want to go with the Hoover one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good.
win the nomination.
Yeah, it could be 1960 all over again, Edgar. And Bobby's got the magic like a goddamn rock star. And
This
they
is
climb all
before
over
the,
each other just to
the,
touch his
the
clothes.
assassination of Bobby Kennedy.
He'll ride his brother's corpse right into the White House.
If things remain as they are, he's got the anti-war vote.
Or he'll steal it, like his brother. Bobby's a mean little son of a bitch, Edgar. You know, he had the IRS audit my mother when she was dying in the nursing home.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd shoot this son of a bitch.
That's Clive Tolson, his lover.
I want to fight just as dirty, Edgar.
His women.
Wore dresses.
Use his women.
Any information you have. The son of a bitch is not going to steal from me again. Can you back me up on this? Can I count on your support?
I look at it from the point of view that the
music
system
is
can
so
only take so
sinister.
much abuse. It adjusts itself eventually.
J. Edgar Hoover.
There are times.
It's creepy.
There are savage outbursts. The late Dr. King, for example. A moral hypocrite. Screwing like a degenerate tomcat. Stirring up the blacks. Preaching against our system. Sometimes the system comes very close to cracking. We've already had one radical in the White House. I don't believe we could survive another.
Well, like I said, Edgar.
You ask.
My
If
favorite
you can
part
count
coming
on my
up.
support.
Puts his hand up his
As long
hand.
as I can count on yours.
Grabbing hands, holding hands.
It's too creepy, man.
Yeah, the old queen. On purpose.
No, he wasn't protecting me. He was just putting me on notice.
This is going forward.
Yeah, now he's recalling. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the
This is creepy Nixon with creepy Hoover there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, nobody's creepier than Donald Trump now.
Oh, Donald Trump is now back at home in Florida, right?
Apparently.
So he can play a lot of golf and see what his next exploits will be, probably involving conservative broadcasting or something.
Yeah, you'd think he'd probably go something like that, maybe get his own servers. But he's gonna testify in the Senate first and finally present that evidence that he had in court that the election was rigged and it can finally be heard in a proper court. And then
because it's all going to come down. I mean, is that really the issue, whether or not there was a rigged election? Isn't it more, did he incite violence or something? I mean, that's...
Well, he's in there
bottom
getting
line.
tried because he incited violence. And he incited violence. You know, I think the way you win this case against him is by saying, you know, it doesn't matter whether you advocated violence or not at your speech or not. The whole time you kept telling people the election's been rigged, the election's been stolen, the election's been stolen, when it wasn't stolen. There's all the evidence says that, you know, all the states filed that the elections was done in good standing. And it was accepted by the government, by all levels of government.
But this is about, I mean, unless they want to change the articles of impeachment, it is about whatever the charges are, and the charges are not, I mean...
Well, that he incited sedition. He incited a violent mob to attack the Capitol.
Yeah.
But he did so, how did he do it?
Even if he was...
Because he listened to his words, he didn't say anything
if he was
there.
inciting about
you can't prove
something that
intent.
was obviously true, it would still be sedition to urge people to revolt and burn the, invade the Capitol building, right?
Yeah, but you didn't. He never said that once. And so if you're trying to prove intent based on his words, they're not going to win.
Well, that's their problem. I don't care.
I know it's a big problem, but here's what I'm saying: the way you win is by saying you're abdicating sedition by lying about the election. Look, either the election was done fairly or it wasn't.
Well,
We've all certified it. And
Let
said
them
it was.
try that then.
I don't think they're going to do that. That's the
it's
well-read winning strategy tip book here.
Yeah, they want to get him for creating a mob situation and a problem.
Yeah, I know what they want to get him for, but I listened to his speech beforehand, and while it was incendiary in some ways,
thanks.
there's nothing, the hardest thing to do, you're a lawyer, the hardest thing you can do in court is prove intent when the words aren't there. Well, he really meant this when he said that. Yeah, sure.
The only thing about trying to predict this is that we're not talking about what even what a jury is going to decide. We're talking about senators who are total political animals.
Yeah, and they need 10 right now to vote,
So,
and they're not going to get 10 anyway. So this is going to be another wasted exercise.
I don't think it's happening, but
it's not happening.
It's now we've got to do it.
Well, the Democrats have to go through with it because they feel they were disrespected there.
They don't want Trump running again, so that's, I think, the main
Well, but
thing.
if
Right?
the Senate votes him, if they don't get the votes, he's going to be free to run again
Right.
anyway.
Right, and they'll just have another excuse to say he's being harassed.
Yeah. Yeah, and more division in the country. So I'm not sure what good any of this does.
Yeah, but believe me, I have plenty of friends that think that this is totally right and this should be done.
Oh, yeah.
And their point of view is winning because they have the majority.
Yeah. And again, it's hard to say they're wrong. You know, that you want to send a strong message that sending, any type of support that you're sending armed mobs to the Capitol building is wrong, especially when it comes from the office of the presidency.
Yep, I guess it's going to happen, and then it'll be over.
Touchdown, Travis Kelce.
So we're watching Chiefs highlights?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Whatever's on Fox Sports right now. It's Travis Kelce.
Hey, Brandon, there
Yes.
was somebody had posted up about Rodgers and Stafford.
Oh, I just made a comment about that because the guy said there are only two quarterbacks in the history of football that have thrown for this many yards and this few interceptions. And it was Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and then it got me thinking, so I found this for you. Aaron Rodgers, 137 and 71 in a tie. His 658 winning percentage. Matthew Stafford is 74 and 93 with a tie, or 443 winning percentage.
Yeah. Of course, Matthew Stafford's teams aren't usually as good either. But a big part of the team is the quarterback.
So is he going to go to the Colts to replace Rivers?
Yeah, that's a big. That's the big if. Where's he going to go?
Because,
I heard Washington mentioned, but
Washington.
I don't know about.
Cam's going to Washington.
Rivers and Stafford are actually similar quarterbacks, except Rivers is a lot more durable. You know? Rivers never gets hurt.
No.
And Stafford gets hurt all the time.
Yeah, I heard Rivers decided, he didn't have to. He probably has another year or two left him in football, but he was complaining that he doesn't have enough time to have children.
For his kids?
Well, for his future children. He wants to parent some more children. So
He's only 32.
He's going to be a high school coach now. He's going to follow his dream.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name? Yeah.
Rivers?
Yeah.
I call him Fertile Phillip.
Oh, Stafford? Yeah, he's 32, and I really don't think, I don't know. He's a dead project. I wouldn't touch him if I was
32?
GM. I wouldn't want him as a backup. He's damaged goods. He's played in Detroit. He's never going to amount to anything. Sorry. I mean, I wish he did. I hope I'm wrong.
He's only been to one Pro Bowl, too, actually.
Yeah, and there's that. Yeah, if he was so great and all those losses there, maybe.
But he was so good at Georgia.
Yeah, well, who was his running
He's
back?
he's like the perfect example of passing yardage doesn't mean crap.
Right.
Yeah.
And he plays for bad teams. And the Lions are just...
The Lions are terrible, yeah.
He's a poor man's Kirk
Not
Cousins.
Not all him.
We do have the new coach's press conference.
This was
there's a new sheriff.
To hear how verbose this
There's
guy
a new
was.
sheriff in town in Detroit. Did you hear about that?
Where'd it go?
Uh-oh.
We're looking for it. No, it's here.
It's Dan Campbell
There
is
it
his name. He's like a poor man's Bill Cowher.
Dan Campbell.
Officially introduced Dan Campbell, no relation, as their new head coach.
He's a big dude, Alan.
Yeah.
The press conference featured several notable quotes about how the team will move forward under him. Sports director Brad Galley joining us right now with more from the new man in charge of our Lions. Brad.
Dan Campbell asked his agent to do whatever he could to get him in front of Sheila Ford-Hamp and Rod Wood. He wanted an interview with them because he knew he could show them how badly he wanted to coach here in Detroit. Campbell's press conference today, the latest in a long line of memorable head coach press conferences in Detroit. Campbell's goal is to make sure there's not another one for a long time.
By now, you've seen some of the
Eric
quotes.
Bieniemy didn't
Dan
want it.
Campbell certainly didn't lack enthusiasm at his introductory press conference.
You know how long it lasted,
And it lasted for almost 2 straight hours.
Wow.
I wanted this job
You believe
bad
that?
because I felt like I knew this community. I played here. This place has been kicked. It's been battered. It's been bruised. And I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you,
For 2 hours.
hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that. So excuse my language.
Dominating the press conference podium.
Does he look a little like Chris Christopherson?
I was thinking Bill Cowher.
Oh, I think he's channeling Christopherson there. You think it's Cowher?
Yeah.
But his goatee, Cowher had a much.
Cowher's got the goatee, too.
But he's got a much. He's got much more robust goatee. Cowher's is wimpy compared to this guy's.
Oh.
This guy's like Christopherson.
But Christopherson usually had
Coaches
the
don't get
full beard, didn't he?
I've seen him with a goatee before in certain movies. Yeah, he goes beard, he goes goatee.
Oh.
To do that, Campbell knows it.
But
this was day one, and he's trying to send a message. He even said out loud,
Well, it depends on which movie you're thinking here.
He's more.
Am I recruiting free agents right now?
This guy.
I don't know.
Dan stood out. I mean, actually, he sent us a book ahead of time with just his ideas and philosophy. If he were to become the head coach, what would he do? And literally, I read his statement on culture and leadership, and it was like he'd read our minds.
His opening statement lasted 20 minutes, and Campbell admitted he isn't tied to one system. He didn't give his X's and O's breakdowns. Is that concerning? Sure. But he did say he wants to use strengths against other teams' weaknesses.
Oh, good idea.
Campbell also focused on a philosophy and hammered it home. He wants the team to mirror the identity of Detroit.
We're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock,
we're going to do a drive-by, and we're going to
But this is the
open up
best
with
part.
automatic weapons
This
fire.
is the best part. Keep going.
it's down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down, all right? And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Wow.
Hungry for a kneecap? Matthew Stafford is a big question looming for this regime.
He's going to burn your cities down just like us.
Campbell said he's one of the toughest QBs ever.
Relentless.
But he said it's too early to commit to anything on a decision surrounding the starting quarterback, guys.
That sounds like a lion's roar to me. Arr!
Yeah, I feel like I can run right through a wall right now. I'm all jacked up, ready to
Be careful,
go.
man. That's just your cousin trying to influence you here, Mr. Campbell.
They're pumped up in Detroit.
Yeah, they are popped up.
Does that get you excited about the Lions?
You can be a Lions fan now? I'm sorry. That sounds like more. I hate to hit Detroit while it's already down, but that sounds like more loser talk to me.
I don't know. I'm used to some pretty laid back Lions coaches like Wayne Fonts.
Yeah, Wayne Fonts. That's a classy man. Hey, he had Barry Sanders.
I liked Wayne Fonts,
I liked
actually.
Wayne Fonts, too. He's a classy man. He was all heart.
But he
get
wasn't
choked up sometimes.
He wasn't, a tightly wound,
Oh, dictator? No.
militaristic type leader like this guy.
You think this guy's like a militaristic leader?
He's very intense. He's wearing a nice outfit. He's pretty serious.
Well, he's got the uniform on, and you spotted that. But did you see, the way he spoke and his energy and his twerking around?
He's hyper.
Yeah, so he wants to mirror the city of Detroit. So he's on crack, dude.
Wow, you're taking it one step further than I was.
He's going to have a bunch of, the whole team's going to be like pit bulls on crack. Yeah, we're going to take you down, and you're not going to win.
It would just be nice to
win.
see the Lions, firm up and not be so easily, dominated. And to me, they seem like a team that doesn't care enough, and they need somebody to kick some ass there. We'll see.
Well, do they? Or do
like
they need
Matt
somebody
Patricia,
who's sensible?
Matt Patricia to me didn't seem like a great leader. He seemed like a guy that was lazy and kind of sloppy.
I don't know if he was lazy or not. Sloppy, yes. You could just tell by the play calling was sloppy. The preparation was sloppy.
Like
it was noticeably sloppy.
They had a few moments where they looked like they had something when that was time they beat the Patriots, I think. But
they had moments of brilliance, and sometimes they play Minnesota and Green Bay tough too. But they were nothing.
Yeah.
We all expected a lot more from Matt Patricia coming off of Bill Parcells' coaching tree.
The prime example of the Lions is that play when Aaron Rodgers threw the 70-yard bomb at the end of the game to beat them.
Gee, which time? Sounds familiar.
It was the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys I ever saw. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that, Brian?
Yeah.
Isn't that on Monday Night Football, I think?
Yeah, in front of the whole nation.
It was just perfectly staged.
Yeah, it was one of those primetime games. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons everybody thinks Aaron Rodgers is the next god.
Well, let's not go anointing him too quick here either. I mean, okay, today he's got to go up against Brady. That's no mean feat right there.
He's got to beat Brady, and then he's got to beat Mahomes probably, and that's beating the two best. And if he can do that, then he just becomes part of that conversation of who's the best.
Well, I saw an article on Stafford says Colts, Saints, 49ers, Washington, Patriots, and Texans.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, what's that?
It's from the house.
So that's a long list. It shows people don't think he's washed up.
Patriots is an interesting one. Belichick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we know the answer now as to who's better, Belichick or Brady. And should Belichick have kept Brady at all costs? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you should have. You're wrong, Bill. Finally, we have evidence here, indisputable.
Well, I think we've also settled the argument on whether Cam Newton's going to be an elite quarterback.
Yeah, I'll eat some burger there, some raw burger there, and get the E. coli, because I was wrong at the beginning of the season. I was, talking platitudes about how he'd be rejuvenated here in New England and what a great fit, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
It's all right, Eric. We all make mistakes. I make plenty.
I was hoping I would have been I would have been happy with him having
nothing
some
I can
success.
think of recently.
I always amazing talent, but
yeah, and he really shined there for a few years in Carolina, and maybe he'll shine again with Washington, because he's going to go there. Isn't he? I'm gonna bet you.
Send him to Washington.
Yeah, he'd make a decent villain for hurt Alex Smith.
Oh, Alex Smith and his dangling leg. Poor guy.
Yeah, I like Alex Smith so much, but
he's a guy you like to root for.
He's starting to look like one of those guys that just can't get healthy.
He belongs in a coach's uniform, on the sideline with a clipboard, his hat.
Yeah.
Yep. He'd be great. I think he wants to do that anyway. And but hey, speaking of sloppy seconds, Pittsburgh picked up Washington's ex-quarterback this week.
They picked up Haskins of deplorable Haskins.
The kid.
So
I said, what are they asking here? What, like they really want to be the next training ground for this guy? We need to train somebody now. I thought we needed immediate help.
So in the election in the last November, did the citizens of Pittsburgh legalize medicinal mushrooms or something? Because to make a pick to pick up that guy's contract, you have to be doing some kind of hallucinogenics. I mean, Pittsburgh. Hello?
Well, no, they don't have. I think they only have to. I thought it was 1 year, and it was like $1 million or something. I don't know.
Oh, they got him on the minimum contract.
I think so.
I wonder who took the. That means Washington must have took the cap hit there.
They're not stuck with a bad contract because of this. No.
Speaking of teams stuck with bad contracts, the LA Rams and Goff.
How much are they paying him?
Oh my God! So what was it? Do you know? Remember the details on this, Brian? That contract they gave him after they lost the Super Bowl.
Oh God! Let me see.
Yeah. If you can get the stats, if you can pull the stats up handy, it beats me trying to pull it out of my ass.
Is he making more than $25 million?
Oh, yeah, he's making so much they can't cut him. They can't release him. Nobody will touch that contract with a 10-foot pole, and if they do, the salary cap implication. Yeah,
he signed a 4-year, $134 million contract with a $25 million signing bonus, $110 million guaranteed at an average salary of $33.5 million.
Yeah.
So he is making more than $33 million.
Yeah, so they take a $30 million salary cap if they cut him, hit like this dead space per year. It's insane.
Yeah, who was out? Wentz too. Wasn't Wentz on
Wentz,
some big deal?
It's another one of those contracts that's just hammering Philadelphia right now. Boo hoo.
Boy, the Patriots did get a great deal with Brady. That just shows you he had his priorities right. You know, he just wanted to.
Yeah, I heard he gets a $1 million bonus if he wins the Super Bowl this year too.
It's like nothing these days to these guys.
Yeah, just enough to get him out of bed.
Yeah, barely. Give it to his favorite charity.
Give him some incentive, I guess. Like he needs incentive.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a great show. It should be a good show today in Green Bay.
Yeah. There was one more talking point on Rivers since he's decided to step away. He started every single game from 2006 until the very end with Indianapolis. 240 regular season games.
Yeah, that's why I said talk about durable, man. That guy never gets hurt. But he doesn't. You never see him. You don't see him scrambling much. You know, he moves around in the pocket, but he'll never try to.
Yeah, but pretty traditional quarterback.
I bet he's got Peyton Manning like numbers in terms of the amount of yards.
Until I saw a special on him before that last playoff game, and I never realized what a fired up dude he was.
Oh yeah, he talks.
He was sitting there yelling at everybody.
He's
yelling at the opponent.
He's a big trash talker for a white guy, and he talks the dozens. You know.
You know the best trash talker I've seen this season is the Honey Badger.
Oh, well, he went to LSU, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet he's got some colorful language, you know.
Well, he doesn't.
You could see it in the face of Tom when he got upset sometimes.
You see it in Tom's face, yeah.
What did he upset what about what the guy said to him? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, just when Tom Brady gets upset, yeah, he gets really.
Oh yeah,
gets like his pouty face. It's cute.
But he doesn't talk a lot. I mean, he talks when he feels like he.
No, you're right. He's not as vocal.
He doesn't want to waste his breath. Rivers just likes running his mouth.
Oh, the worst body language had to have been smoking Jay Cutler, whether it's with the Broncos or with the Bears.
Well, Jay Cutler wasn't a player's quarterback, you know. People didn't like him.
He wasn't a player. He wasn't anything. He's just except this bad body language, bad vibes. It's like you hired Count Chocula to be your quarterback.
He just didn't have the requisite amount of energy to be a pro quarterback. I think you have to have enough energy so your teammates don't fall asleep trying to respond to you.
Was it energy or is it give a fuck? I think he had energy. He just didn't give a fuck. He was like low on the give a fuck scale.
Why you have such a great? That's.
You know, when I first saw this video here, I thought that was a guy.
What?
Wearing no shirt. Doesn't it look like a guy wearing no shirt with a hairy chest and a mask and black tight jeans?
Who are you talking about? All I see is Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
I think it was Brees' wife, but
Brees is a nice looking wife.
I know, but I'm just saying. The first time I saw that video, it looked like it was a guy. I mean, it was from a distance. It was little.
You're talking. Yeah, it went over my head.
Okay.
You have to show it to me again sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a picture they're showing on TV, Green Bay, and there's a picture of Vince Lombardi statue with a mask on.
Yeah, there are a bunch of South Park characters. Did you see them? Cartoon characters wearing masks. It was funny.
Yeah.
Weird looking audience. So we're getting closer to all getting our vaccine shot. Are you guys all scheduled?
I'm not. I don't know. I have other things I'm worried about and trying to deal with, and getting my vaccine is not.
Yeah, I'm all good to go for it. I just don't know.
I'm kind of like, when are they going to tell me when my shot is coming?
Yeah, I guess I was.
Did you get signed up?
No idea.
I
have no idea. We're not even anywhere near that. No idea. How to sign up, where to sign up, who's eligible to sign up, and I got to think there's a lot of people.
I mean, there are people out there that aren't going to get this because they don't think it's safe or they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. I'll take a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is a fair number of people. Well, that goes back decades. Actually, there was somebody old hippies in the '70s started some of that, and
the anti-vax
mindset. There's been a mindset that there was a whole, and even Trump himself at one point, my son always seems to find all this stuff. About a decade or so, he was on board with that. It causes autism in children thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just the same.
Yeah, there's that, and there are people. There's a Senator Kennedy is anti-vax. I mean, there's people in our government in high positions that have that opinion, and I don't really understand. I don't get it. Okay, fine, let's not vaccinate for polio anymore. What the fuck? I mean, it works. Measles, it works. Hello, we've got clear evidence here. These things work properly.
Yeah, but of course, these days people. With all the crazy media these days, they're claiming everything from nanobots to Mark of the Beast, as being part of it.
Hey, bots are out there, man. Let me tell you.
Well, and the end is near. So.
ChapDoc has a bunch of traffic in other countries, but I bet it's bots. I don't know.
Was that Kyrgyzstan?
I looked at my geographical breakdown. It said I had listeners in India.
Yeah, like 18% of your listeners are from India. Yeah, that's got to be bot action because there aren't enough English speakers in the country to be listening to.
I did do an Indian bit once. Maybe they.
I saw people having a fit over having those cards, vaccination cards.
Oh, vaccination cards? Is that like a deck of cards?
Yeah. Yes, issuing cards, and somebody said something about bracelets and here comes those crazy people with their Mark of the Beast ideas.
I was just going to say, yeah, I can understand where they'd come from. That sounds like Mark of the Beast stuff to me. Jeez. Yeah, your bracelet will say 666. 666.
I heard somebody, let's see. Yeah, somebody said, you're going to make us have these cards and you're not going to make us have voter ID cards.
Yeah, exactly. Or make a show ID at the polls. I in reflecting further, now that we're further away from the election and further away from that, and now that we have the new president in place and everything, I'm starting to think that there were a lot of Republicans that work with the Democrats to get this result, which is get Biden in office and get rid of Trump.
Oh, so it was an inside job.
It was an inside job.
Oh my God, that's
it's well known that there was. About 50 or so Republicans involved in that Lincoln Project.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was designed to take them down.
The Lincoln Project that's been going on for quite a while.
Yeah.
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 And I'm going to make the case that was possible, that his own party people were sabotaging him because again, he's not a politician, and the toes he was stepping on were on both party sides. And when he went to go make appointments, he wasn't making political appointments to work with his, the other people, the other politicians there, the other Republicans. He's just appointing his cronies. He's appointing people that were loyal to Trump. But a lot of these people had, either no experience. They weren't politicians either. They had no experience in what they were doing. A lot of them were felons or had, issues that they couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. He appointed a bunch of shady people. So if I'm a politician, I'm saying, gee, this guy, he's unpredictable. We don't know what he's going to do next, and when he does favors, he doesn't do any for us anyway. Let's just get rid of him. We get more out of a Democratic president getting appointments than we do out of this guy, because this guy doesn't trade.
I just don't. That theory doesn't really make sense to me because they don't.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it certainly helped.
The vote total that Trump got was
a lot
huge.
of votes
I mean, it
coming
wasn't
that
like
way.
yeah, he cheated too.
It wasn't like Republicans didn't support him.
You know how many dead people voted for Trump? You know how many illegal aliens voted for Trump?
They haven't counted it up. They should. You can say whatever you want until it's been audited. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they just buried their
his
votes better.
But anyway, what were we talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we did have some. You want to talk about the games today?
Well, here
or you want to talk about deaths? We could talk about deaths. You want to talk about deaths?
Deaths of who?
Well, we had. All right. Well, I guess we're going to talk about the. I mentioned that Don Sutton died.
Oh, yes.
And Eric said, "Well, really, do we care about that since Hank Aaron just died too?"
I mean,
and I
think,
both of them deserve to be talked about. Hank Aaron, how can you compete with that, though? Obviously, and
well, we can because we only have a clip for Don Sutton.
Yeah, well,
that's how we can do it.
We can do Hank Aaron.
Don Sutton was pretty amazing, actually. When you look at it, I don't think of him as being
why don't you
superstar, probably, but
talk about durability. We can talk about Phillip Rivers, and then we can talk about Don Sutton because he was in the rotation for 4+ years. He never missed a turn in his rotation as a pitcher. That's.
Did
really
you see that
amazing.
one that showed that he pitched over 200 innings 20 times?
Yeah.
Nobody else. Even Cy Young was only 19 times.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Cy Young.
It's interesting. Like, did he ever talk about why he was able to do that? What do you think was his? What was his secret? I don't know. He didn't throw.
I don't recall if they ever got into. I mean, obviously he had an amazing, that Ryan-esque type of
build. He was kind of husky
physique or arm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of.
Although Ryan had several injuries throughout his career, but Sutton really didn't.
Sutton didn't throw as hard as Ryan, so. He will not
maybe
not as much. He had a lot of different pitches though. That's from what I read. He was like, he reached into his toolkit and he could pull out a curveball, or he could do a slider or a screwball. I mean, he had a big assortment.
Yeah.
And but then the thing
very solid pitcher.
The thing with him is a lot of people associate him with the Braves because he was the Braves broadcast guy for a lot of years, right? He was the color guy with Carey. Who was the Braves play-by-play guy? Harry Carey Jr. Is that it?
That's Chicago.
Skip Carey. Skip Carey.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, it was a Carey.
That's good though. I mean, that you even got it.
Yeah, and so we have a clip from the. You want to play some of that clip from the Braves, Florida? It was.
Broadcaster for the Braves. That's right.
Yeah, 1996. Here's a clip.
This is where Bobby Cox
got. He's been hit by foul tip, so I can see why he would be a little bit sensitive, but it was almost like after the yelling, instead he turned and walked toward the dugout and almost invited a confrontation.
Bobby Cox. He'd like to get thrown out.
I cannot remember the last time I saw Bobby Cox that mad. Well, I can. It was a Sunday afternoon in Atlanta, and it was about as hot as it is here.
The pitch looked like a strike, but let's look.
Well, take a look. Javi Lopez sets up outside.
Well, it's a little bit outside.
It was a little outside.
It's on the edge.
The problem is the inconsistency of it.
Yeah, like why did he get mad?
The Braves have not gotten along with this umpiring crew this entire series for rightly or wrongly.
He was ejected from more games than
Jimmy Williams will be the nominal manager of the ball club.
John McGraw, Earl Beaver.
It's one of those confrontations where I hope once they look at it, neither one of the guys is real pleased about it, but I think it's also one that could have been avoided.
Well, I don't know if anything else too interesting happens here.
Meanwhile, back on the field, it's 2-2 to Sheffield.
That's the
Sports Talk radio show. It's time for our break. We're coming up towards the break here. Let's get some bumper music going here.
Well, Brian, we'll be back with our picks for today and a few other things. And so hang on. We'll be right back on Chab Dog Sports Talk. We're going to go to our break.
We're told that greatness is exceptional, when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for greatness.
The law office of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general, corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts, including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chabdog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
And it's war! And it's war! Gather the forces! Harness the horses! And it's war! Freedonia's gone to war. Each native son will grab a gun and run away to war. At last we're going to keep the freedom on the streets of war. At last the country's going to war. It means the country's going to war. At last the country's going to war. We're going to war. This is a fact we can't ignore. We're going to war. This is a fact we can't ignore. We're going to war. In case you haven't heard before, I think they think we're going to war. I think they think we're going to war. We're going to war. I think they think we're going to war. 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 say goodbye. Oh, how we cry for Firefly, and Firefly should die. Away and in, on the one, carry on the dawn of victory. We're here to lead the way, our spirits are alive, until the judgment day. We're rallied on the flag, the flag, the flag, the flag.
And we're back.
All right, hour two of Chab Dog Sports Talk.
Little horse feathers there.
Yeah, that was actually that was duck soup.
Oh, duck soup.
Let's get our Marx Brothers straight here.
Yeah.
Please, horse feathers was the one with the football game.
Oh yeah.
I know you like that one.
We've played numerous clips over the years out of both. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, do you know your way around the Marx Brothers movies? Brian?
Marx Brothers, yeah.
You know, yeah. Harpo, Chico, Zeppo, Groucho.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one?
A favorite Marx brother?
Yeah, a favorite Marx brother or a favorite movie?
Oh, Groucho and just about any of those movies were fun to watch.
Yeah.
Hey, Groucho's your... Ooh, well, it's a great sarcastic.
Yeah,
wizard.
He was a sarcastic, is it caustic wit? He just, he would go after anybody, including himself. He hadn't, he wasn't stuck up.
Yeah, and he had the eyebrows and the facial features, the little cigar.
Did you know that his mustache was not real?
Probably not.
It was a grease stained mustache. And so only later in life did he grow the actual mustache. And then he went on to a pretty good TV career doing this show called You Bet Your Life.
Yeah. I remember they used to show that on one of these late night TV channels. They would show those old things.
Yeah. Yeah, they throw the Marx Brothers movies on occasionally. I think there's about 8 or 9 of them, and I've seen every one pretty much. And Duck Soup was one of their biggest ones. It was kind of when they were at
that was probably the most famous one, yeah.
So anyway, that's what we played during the break, and now we're watching the Fox pregame show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got that. I was scouring around when we were talking about Sutton here. Some accomplishments and things people forget. 1966, he was a rookie. Joined Koufax, Drysdale, and Claude Osteen. Struck out 209 batters his rookie season. That was the most since 1911 by a rookie. See if you can tell me who that rookie might have been.
A rookie in 1911?
He was a very presidential pitcher.
Walter Johnson?
Walter Washington.
Is that right?
Nope, wasn't Washington.
Oh.
There's another one with a...
Grover Cleveland Alexander.
Grover Cleveland, right. There you go.
See? Presidential.
Wow. It was even fitting for the time. Wow. Okay.
He knew he would trigger that.
As a rookie, he struck out 227, by the way.
Old Pete was his nickname.
Pete was his name, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was played in a movie by Ronald Reagan. Did you know that?
By Ronald Reagan?
Yeah. There was a movie about him. And a famous situation where he came in the 1926 World Series as a relief pitcher and put away the Yankees to win the World Series.
He was actually a very effective closer when he wasn't starting.
Yeah, but he won. Didn't he win 370 games or something?
373. Yep.
the same number as Christy Mathewson.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, strange anomaly. Yeah, they both 373, which puts them a tie for third, I think.
But Christy Mathewson had a better winning percentage.
Yeah, that's a better winning percentage.
Yeah. We're getting into baseball trivia here. Did you pay attention to what happened? Wasn't there a Hall of Fame induction or a vote yesterday?
I must have missed it.
Oh, shoot. Because I thought I saw something on my phone about that. That basically they were voting. It looked like the only guy that was possibly going to get in was Curt Schilling. Maybe I'm just imagining. Maybe this was a prediction about the vote, but I thought I saw something about it.
I just found an article right here.
Does it talk about anything like that?
Some writers are opting out of voting at all, saying the Hall of Fame is making them do unsavory work of passing judgment on the steroid error.
Well, that's a cop-out. What the hell? I tried to do a Google search and didn't. I don't know. Something weird's going on with the search on my phone.
Strange.
Nothing. It says I'm offline.
Oh, well. You're us so well then, but maybe they're just upset because they have to vote for Curt Schilling, and Curt Schilling is more right-leaning than left-leaning.
Oh, he's firmly right, and that's not helping him, I don't think.
No, maybe it'll help.
Because, he's got this...
that's one of those wrong ones that are probably the wrong reason to keep the guy out.
He's got the credentials with 3 World Series titles.
And a bloody sock.
And a great... he's won a lot of games, struck out a lot of people. He's a huge, big game pitcher. He's just, people just don't like him.
Says humorous things about transgenders.
Like I said, people don't like him, and he's done things to make.
There's some pancakes in the microwave.
He went bankrupt, I think.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, I bought glasses there. My name is Saul Rosenberg.
Yes?
And my eyes are going crazy.
Okay, let me pull your record card. Hold on, please.
Okay, thank you.
More jerky boys.
Mr. Rosenberg, I don't have a record card on you. Where did you buy your glasses? Sure it was here?
Yes, I did. And do you wear glasses?
No, where did you buy them?
At your place there.
What address did you go to?
It's the one right in the city there. I don't quite remember.
Well, there's a lot in the city, and sometimes people get confused. I don't have a record card on you. How long ago did you buy it here?
About 4 days, and my eyes is going crazy.
And Mr. Rosenberg, I don't believe you bought it at this office because I'm the only one here. I don't wear glasses, and if it was 4 days ago, I would have remembered you. And I don't, and I don't have a record card on you. Did you go to the Empire State Building?
I went to the Empire State Building, and I can't see so good.
So you went to see Dr. King?
Yeah, but he's an asshole. I couldn't see so good from the Empire State Building.
Well, would you like to make an appointment to come in and see us?
I went to the observatory because of these glasses. I can't see, goddammit.
Okay, would you like to come in and see us?
Sure.
Okay. We're at 30 East 60th Street.
35 78th Street. Okay.
No. We're at 30.
Okay.
East 60th Street.
All right. Should I bring all my glasses with me?
Yeah. You need an examination.
And all my glasses?
Mr. Rosenberg, do you need an examination?
Okay.
Do you need an examination?
All right.
Sounds
like all right. You need an appointment.
Right, and I'll bring all my shoes and my glasses with me. So I have them.
Mr. Rosenberg.
Sure.
Do you want to see the ophthalmologist?
Right.
You need an appointment.
I'm sorry.
Give him
you need an appointment.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll have my girl make an appointment for you to see the doctor. Okay, do you have the address?
Fantastic, then.
You have the address?
Yes.
Let's see. What room?
It's 4, I don't know, you say 3587?
No, 30 East 60th Street.
30 East 60th Street. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you need an appointment. Hold on.
Right.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Barbara?
Yes, I have to make an appointment with you, sir. When would you like to come in?
Wherever you want me to, honey. Whatever's good for you.
You want to come in tomorrow?
Sure, if you're free.
Yes, okay. You can come in at 12 o'clock.
Okay, honey, baby. All right?
Yes.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Now the great Sal Rosenberg.
Oh, yeah, I got something here. Hall of Fame candidacy, Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
Of 149 ballots made public, Schilling appears on 74.7 of them. 75%. 75% is what's needed.
Oh man, he didn't make it.
He got shot.
Well, they're going to officially announce it on Tuesday.
.3.
And that's not all the ballots.
Oh.
That's how close it is.
So he still has a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance?
The race hasn't been called yet against him?
He's still got a chance.
Oh man, that's tantalizing.
He just needs 11,780 more votes, I guess. Yeah, three-time world champion, 11-2, 2.23 ERA in the postseason, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's the. They also
and there's also they're still arguing over Bonds and Clemens too.
Those guys were getting over 70% as well.
Need some clemency.
Yeah, they're close. They're close as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Need a little clemency there.
How come Trump couldn't pardon Clemens?
Yeah.
And Bonds.
The other ones on there, I saw a guy listing some. You got Tim Hudson and a lot of wins, but
yeah. I know. It's kind of
Torrey Hunter is eligible, but
Andy
Pettit.
Andy Pettit is just that's the steroids, right?
Well, only once. Remember?
He was caught with it, and
he had a growth.
Apparently,
he had a cancerous growth removed.
I mean, because if you look at his numbers, he's got the numbers, I think.
Yeah, he fessed up to it, though. And Manny Ramirez.
Another guy, that guy, oh, my God, he's got the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is
Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones is a great player.
How do you spell Andrew?
With a U and a W. It's a weird Andrew. Yeah. Andrew.
There's Scott Rowland is eligible, but
not quite. I mean, let's face
Omar Vizquel. There's an interesting one.
There is Omar.
Yeah, he's kind of like
Great
Ozzie Smith.
defensive one, yeah.
But he's got some decent numbers as a hitter, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he played for like 25, 26
so
years.
He had, he had over 2,000 hits, right?
Oh yeah.
I bet he had a lot of doubles. Bet he had a good amount of walks, and he was on base a lot. Runs, scored a lot of runs, right?
Yeah. I didn't get his stats here yet, but he was always on one of the top three defensive. And it's funny because during most of his career, he was going up against some of the best shortstops of all time.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll get in.
Yeah, I ran into him statistically. I was checking him out when his birthday came up, I guess, last year, and I saw his stats, and I thought, wow, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Well, here's a question for you. What position has the most players, and I'm not talking about pitcher because there's, but what position player has the most spots in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I'm sure it's outfield, but if you're going to break it down.
Yeah, let's say and I guess take out outfielders, then it'd just be the, not that, I was curious about that. I guess it would be first base.
You'd have to Google that one, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously, pitchers is probably number one, but let me see here.
Just because the big hitters tend to be at first base.
First base is, that wouldn't be. Let me see, most Hall of Famers at position. I should say baseball, I guess. Not really getting a clear answer. Let's see. By position. There we go. What do we got here? What's this say? Waiting for it to load here. We have 83 pitchers, by the way. 83, wow.
I thought there'd be more than that. Just 83?
Ah, surprise, surprise.
Okay, what is the surprise telling you?
We have 26 shortstops and 26 right fielders.
Right fielders?
Right fielders. And then you got 24 center fielders and 24 first basemen.
Wow.
And you got 23 managers. And you got 21 second basemen. Oh, sorry, you got 22 left field. So yeah, 26 right fielders and 26 shortstops.
Yeah.
Those are the top.
And then the fewest at catcher?
Catchers, you got 19.
How many third basemen?
It's only 17 third basemen.
So that's the one.
Yeah, third baseman. A couple of designated hitters. 2. Edgar Martinez and the great Harold Baines.
Yeah. Well, so it's what it is. It sounds like it's remarkably tight, you know. It's been kind of consistent.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, it was said I was surprised to
each
see
position has about 22 people.
Yeah.
And like they were, it's interesting because right field, you don't think of like, you know, great defense being valued particularly in right field, but there have been some really great defense.
It actually shows the guys that are in there now. A lot of these outfielders also played other positions. Obviously,
they were hybrids. Yeah.
Hank Aaron's one of them.
Oh, well, Hank Aaron played
Roberto, of course. Yeah,
first base.
Andre Dawson, Vlad Guerrero, Tony Gwynn. Got some of those old timers: Sam Crawford, Kiki Kyler, and Elmer Flick.
Playing right field.
Yeah.
Well, Clemente.
Harry Heilman, Harry Hooper.
Clemente.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Vision.
They got Reggie Jackson as right fielder.
You have a few guys probably in right field that weren't much in the way of fielding, but they were great hitters.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Al Kaline. There was a underrated one right there. Willie Keeler, King Kelly, Chuck Klein, Tommy McCarthy. Who the hell is Tommy McCarthy?
He's an Irish guy from the turn of the century. I think he had a lot of stolen bases. He was like a little
1892, 1885. Teamed up with Hugh Duffy. What do you got there? The 13-year career, 292, 732 RBIs, which was a lot in those days. Yeah.
A lot of stolen bases.
109 stolen bases in 1888.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Speaking of good defense, do you want to hear some good defense? I've got a clip.
Yeah, we have a website here that I don't know how it works. It sort of suspends the bounds of physics that we can look into the future and get a live look. And so we got a live look at the Kansas City offense going against the Bills defense here.
Well,
we got the soundtrack of it anyway.
This is the case of defense over offense.
It's offensively defensive.
Look, 2 lines. Brian, see if you can guess what war this is from.
Here come the Bills.
It certainly sounded scary.
I guess this is the Bills' offense. Bills' offense against the Chiefs. Yeah, because I can see the red. Yeah,
there's
Chiefs. That's the defense.
They're definitely the Chiefs, the ones in red.
Oh, they're in red. come the Bills. Here comes Josh Allen.
They suck him into the perimeter. I like this move. Very organized.
Stand up.
You know who that is? Michael Caine. Mm-hmm. You'd think they would have left. Fire at will. Yes, instructions.
A little bit before they had the Gatling gun.
It wasn't all this easy. There were some parts of this where the Zulus were winning.
There's pancakes in the microwave warming up.
So the Kansas City defense holds again.
This is a... So do you know what war that was?
What was that, Little Bighorn?
Little Bighorn. Different continent. This was in Africa. This was in the 1890s. The British were in... This wasn't South Africa, though. It was like in Zulu country.
I thought it was South Africa.
Is that where Zulus are?
Yeah, they are, or Zimbabwe. Somewhere else.
I think it was Zimbabwe.
Rhodesia.
So ones they call the Boer War?
No, because
that
was
Zulu.
But no, the Boer War was against the.
Well, it was against the Dutch.
The
that
Dutch.
was in South Africa. Yeah,
the Dutch
Boers
versus
South Africa.
the British, wasn't it? Or,
yeah.
No, well, was it the Dutch and the British? No, it was the Dutch and the natives in South Africa.
Yeah, the Zulus. Yeah,
was it Zulus?
It was.
Well, this is British, not Dutch. So
the British. Yeah, because the British fought the Dutch too. Because the Dutch were, there were three sides going there, and they all, two of them would get together and fight the other one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's kind of like the Boer War.
Yeah, but this was pre-Boer War because it's just the Brits against the Zulus.
The best movie about the Boer War was Breaker Morant.
Yeah. That was a fantastic film with the Equalizer. What's his name?
Brian Brown.
I think the British fought a war against just about everybody in the world at one point.
The old Equalizer. From the TV show in the 80s. Well, the Brits did, but it was things like that where they wouldn't have to fight a war because they wore those bright red uniforms. They looked like chiefs, and they marched in formation, and they had marching bands.
Yeah, have you ever thought about the fact that
are
you crazy about the fact that other guys that like make a big deal about out of red or Tiger Woods and Donald Trump?
Oh, Bill Cosby made a great comedy routine back in the 60s about having rules for war. He said, all right, you guys here, Americans, you get to sit behind rocks and trees and shoot. You English types have to wear bright red and march in a straight line.
Mm-hmm. That's
not good for guerrilla tactics.
That hurt in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah. It was designed for maximum visibility.
Yeah, we saw that in the Patriot movie, right? When Mel Gibson,
the Patriot, when he's scalping all those British.
Yeah, with his kids. They were able to take them apart because they were hiding. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much out of the Bill Cosby playbook there.
So, Brian, which of these games are you looking forward to watching more? The first one or the second
one? Excuse me. It's a hard toss-up between those two. Not a fan at all of either of the NFC teams.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like to see the Bills do something. I don't know why. Maybe a sentimental thing.
Uh-oh. You're entering you're about to step on a landmine here if you say too much.
But they'll probably go to the Super Bowl and lose again.
I just have this bad. If you're a Chiefs fan, you might not want to hear this, but I have a bad feeling. I'm feeling like NFC is going to win.
No.
I don't know why.
Jobin. There are 31 teams, and then there's the Kansas City Chiefs. In the past, that used to be the New England Patriots. Now the mantle's been handed over. I mean, it's the team to beat, and if they can do it,
I think they're still the favorites, and they're in the favorites against the Bills. Obviously, I don't know about the current odds.
They're a 3-point favorite against the Bills.
To win the Super Bowl, though, what are the odds say?
It will be interesting to see Brady, if he can pull it out. Is that the first guy to take two teams from two different conferences?
Yeah, to the Super Bowl.
It's his 14th championship.
I think so, because Kurt Warner took two different teams. Peyton Manning took two different teams.
Yeah, there's a few of them. So
he took them to the Super Bowl, but to actually win one.
Yeah.
If he wins a Super Bowl with two different teams, who did that?
Well, Peyton Manning did it.
Okay, so Manning is one.
And
Peyton did it.
Who else did it?
But that was the same conference, though.
As a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Same conference, yes.
Yeah, so you jump conferences.
I can't believe nobody else has done that. But Joe Montana never did it.
He never got close. He got close, but
he was with Kansas City for
Kansas City, and they played against Buffalo for the championship game in '91. Yeah, Bruce Smith knocked him out.
Yeah.
But this is another challenge for Tom Brady.
Giselle,
another feather in his hat.
It doesn't happen that often it happens in sports. Actually, in basketball, you see players with multiple.
Oh yeah, basketball is multiple times. There was one guy. I just had a birthday recently. Gosh, I can't remember who it was. He was on the Bulls for their three, and then he went to the Lakers and won the next two.
Yeah, and how many guys have won more than 2 Super Bowl rings with the same team, with different teams? I think Charles Haley did it with the. Didn't he do it with the?
Probably a lot of linemen and stuff.
Yeah,
defensive guys.
I know. Yeah, some defensive guys. It doesn't happen in baseball a lot either. Like 2 different leagues, particularly. I can't even think of anybody.
Yeah, I can't find any quarterback who's done it with the 2 different conferences at all. I'm pretty sure it hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, Brady's done a lot of things that haven't been done before. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really in awe of the fact that he's as old as he is and he still can do this. What is he? It's 42.
Yeah,
that sticks out like a sore thumb here when I look down this list. Trent Dilfer. But you know who the opposing quarterback was? The Super Bowl.
That was that the year that
that
Kerry was it Kerry Collins?
Trent Dilfer.
Kerry Collins of the Giants. Good job.
Yeah, remember Kerry Collins?
Yeah.
He used to get really drunk before the games. Did he? The thing about him was that I did hear he drunk. He had a lot. He had
other interesting names come up too. Chris Chandler was on the Falcons when Elway and the Broncos beat him.
Yeah. Well,
Steve McNair was on the Titans when Warner beat them.
No, who guess Chris? So Chris Chandler, yeah, he went to the Super Bowl. Do you know who they beat in the conference final? That was Randall Cunningham's team.
Oh, Randall Cutchy.
Stan Humphries took the Chargers to the Super Bowl in '94.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stan Humphries, Washington Redskins.
Obscure quarterbacks that went to Super Bowls.
It's interesting.
Tony Eason took the Patriots back in '85.
Yeah, when they got slaughtered by the Bears, 55-10.
Well, The worst of them was the guy that was the quarterback for the Bears when they played the Saints. Remember that guy, Rex Grossman?
Oh, yeah, Grossman.
He also came from Washington.
Matt Hasselbeck to the Seahawks.
Yeah. Hasselbeck.
Yeah. Well, there's funny to see these names here. Neil O'Donnell of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, he was actually he wasn't a bad quarterback.
No, but Dallas.
That was David Woodley took the Dolphins to one Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Woodley or Strock, because it was he got his name down, but Strock wasn't far behind.
Okay, here's a trivia question: who was the quarterback for the Chiefs when they lost to the? The quarterback for they lost. No, there was one Super Bowl they lost, wasn't there? Joe Kapp was their quarterback. Oh no, he was the Vikings quarterback. Yeah, so it's like, was it Tarkenton or?
Yeah, Cap lost to the Dawson and the yeah.
He wanted to play in the CFL.
So
Earl Morrow was the Baltimore quarterback, lost to Joe Namath.
Earl Morrow. Who was their Baltimore quarterback when they beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl?
They beat the Cowboys. That was Johnny U.
Oh, Johnny Unitas.
Over Craig Morton.
Yep. Johnny Unitas won a Super Bowl. Everybody should be aware of that. Yeah. That was before he went to San Diego to finish his career. That was not good.
Like O.J. Simpson finishing his career in San Francisco.
Is that what happened?
That's where he went.
Oh.
2 years. He got tired of table slamming.
So, Brian, what's the line right now on the Bills-Chiefs game? Is it 3?
I saw 3.
Let's see, Bills, Chiefs. What's the 9? What's the 9? I don't know whose line to go with.
Pick the one that's
that one's not telling me.
I think it's 3. Maybe it's 3.5, but it's not 4.
No, it never got close to that. I think they opened at 3.5, and it's down to 3 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. 3. Yeah.
And what about the Green Bay Buccaneers game? Green Bay by 4.
I saw Green Bay by 3.5.
So that's pretty interesting. These lines are both pretty much the same.
Pretty much, home team getting the or the road team getting the points, and not a lot. Just
that's the gift. Yeah.
The home team advantage, home court advantage, but there really isn't much of one.
It's not raining. It's not snowing in either place. Well, it's you can see some snow blowing around.
And you're not going to have how many fans are going to be in Green Bay? Not,
I don't know, 8,000, 5,000.
It's not going to be.
You don't have Trey there today, huh? So you got the over unders and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I could guess the over under on these games would probably be in the low 40s, high 30s.
I would think so. I was thinking that probably around 50 with that Bills Chiefs game, maybe, huh? I don't know.
In the rain, damp conditions.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I'd be tending to take under today. What do you think if it's 50, even if it's 45? I'd go under. I think these defenses are going to surprise people.
Oh, here we go. Let's get here. This was January 24th. This one I'm looking at is from my bookie.
Okay. My bookie.
They got it 4.
Oh, they're at 4 now. Okay. Jeez, I'm even better because I'm taking Tom Brady for the upset. So, what's your stance on this game?
What's that?
Yeah, what's your stance on this game, Brian?
My status?
Yeah, who's your pick?
Green Bay. Two things. I think Rodgers is good for one more, and I just don't like Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his either. I appreciate what he's done. I think the right choice here is...
Oh, yeah, I'll acknowledge he's great. He's probably the greatest. But,
No, the right choice is Green Bay. The logical side of me is picking Green Bay, like you are, for the same reasons. But there's just something in my gut. I can't tell you what it is that's saying Tom Brady, he's going to find a way to steal this game if he has to win it. Cheat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if anybody can, it's him.
Oh God, you're going a little overboard with the cheating.
He'll do anything he can, just like the Democratic Party, to see that they get a victory.
Cheating.
Their guy
he
wins.
would never cheat.
Yeah, it just wouldn't surprise me.
There's just what can he really do to cheat other than be better than people? I mean, he can't. The ball's not changing. That's nice. He can't do anything to the ball. So.
Maybe he can pay people to lose. Think of that.
Come on.
Maybe lose.
Private contracts.
He can afford it. I think.
This is conspiracy theory being floated in anticipation of a matchup against Tom Brady, which I predicted at the beginning of the year.
He's been getting those $130 million contracts for a decade now, huh?
Yeah, he's got plenty of money to throw around.
He earned it.
Defensive Player of the Week.
He took less than he could have gotten, too. We know that.
Although I've heard that his wife might actually make more than him.
Well, I think she has for years. We know who
Can
wears
you
the pants
believe
in the
that?
family there.
Oh, my God. So we're watching the Fox pregame show, aren't we? Is this the backup show?
It's the backup to the backup show because the game doesn't come on until 12:05.
But, it's sort of interesting getting to see. We get to see Dave Wanstead in person.
Oh, boy.
Colin Kaepernick. No, Colin Cowherd.
Swore there would be no Texas. But 186 Texans didn't hear. And as long as history shall honor courage, men will remember the Alamo. Remember John Wayne as Davy Crockett, who came to the Alamo a hero and stayed to become a legend.
I'm going to tell you something, Flacca, and I want you to listen tight. There's right and there's wrong. You got to do one or the other. You do the one and you're living. You do the other and you may be walking around, but you're dead as a beaver hat.
Dead as a beaver hat.
You must be Jim Bowie.
Remember, Richard Widmark as Jim Bowie, willing his name to a weapon and his life to a cause.
My men are all volunteers. They're here because they want to be. But there's nothing to keep them from packing up and getting out of here.
Remember, Lawrence Harvey as Colonel, an act of defiance into a monument of courage.
Somewhere around here,
Lawrence Harvey.
Sam Houston is trying to organize an army. And right in between is the Alamo.
Frankie Avalon as Smitty, his first battle, and in his hands, the last hope for Texas. Richard Boone as General Sam Houston. Every minute of time he fought was another minute in the life of Texas.
185 of their friends, neighbors, fellow Texicans are holed up in a crumbling adobe church down on the Rio Bravo, buying them this precious time.
Be there at the Alamo. Remember it.
Well, you ain't gonna try to defend this broken-down church against 7,000 battle-hard troops.
Remember it.
Republic. I like the sound of the word. Means people can live free.
You don't fight battles that you know you're going to...
Remember it.
There has to be a reason to fight a battle.
Against thousands coming. But I reckon we can arrange for him to limp going back.
Because they had forces behind them they could have retreated to.
Once again, it's great shouts.
The forces
Remember.
behind them
Out of the siege that lasted 13 days and nights comes a saga that will last forever.
They basically ended up in a situation
If you're seeing it for the first time or look forward to seeing it again, you'll know why everyone remembers the Alamo. Be there at the Alamo.
That place up to
they kicked our ass there, but we came back to show them who's boss.
Well, didn't Teddy Roosevelt ride down and take over half of Mexico before we gave it back to them?
Probably, but all I remember is there was this huge Sam Houston force that ended up getting even and getting the job done. But it took a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, good, and that spurred. So what's the cause of losing? To spur on victory in the future.
Well, that happens in sports and in real life. And
they sacrificed themselves so they could galvanize the nation to take on Mexico and kick those buggers out.
Mm-hmm.
Set the border straight.
Yeah.
That line is 4 for the Packers right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It opened at 3.5.
Okay.
So money is going to the Packers.
Yeah.
Even though it's not like a terrible day or anything. It's just
cold and clear.
A little cold.
Over under at 51.
Well, what do you think's gonna happen? Did you pick the Packers, right?
I'm going to take the Packers to cover that. Over under 51. Jeez, that's 25. I'm going to go under 51.
I'm going to go with the Bucks against that spread, and I did pick them to win, but
the Bucks for the upset.
I just like
based on.
If I was going to venture to guess, I'm going to go with Green Bay by 6 or 7.
Well, talent-wise, that's how it should be. But then, I don't know. The guts just tell me something's going to happen. It's going to upset
So
here.
you really think that the Green Bay Packers have a lot more talent than the Bucks? I don't see that, but I do see. I admit that the Green Bay Packers have history on their side and the home field advantage and Aaron Rodgers and a lot of momentum. But that's about
that should carry the day. I mean, they should win. They're home. It's Green Bay. It's Rodgers. One of his last chances, if not his last chance, to get to the promised land.
Last chance.
He's got his there's new coach. It was his second year with new. Well, yeah. I mean, Rodgers, he's getting on. The team's getting on. They're not going to. You think they're going to win enough to be back there next year in the championship game?
I think he could stay or keep doing this for 2 or 3.
Well,
more
he
years,
could, but the team around him,
at
the
least,
caliber of the team around him is not going to be good enough to propel him into this position.
To keep making like everybody has to make changes.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a constant challenge to. Yeah, so I agree. It's very urgent. It's usually pretty damn urgent. And Brady knows it's urgent for him.
It's even more urgent for Brady, yeah.
But he does have a lot of weapons. Their defense is
and Chiefs by 3.5. Over under 50.5. 54.5.
54.
54.5.
Take the under there. God.
So the Chiefs, they think that game's going to be a little more points than the other one.
A lot, yeah.
Well, I got the Bills covering and winning, but at 54, is it going to be a high-scoring game?
You think so, huh?
I'm going to swing under 54.
I don't think.
Maybe
I would
50,
say it's,
maybe 53.
I would say it's going to be an under.
More like 47, 46,
Yeah, I kind of think the Green Bay game will have more points than the other game.
Those two offenses can't score a lot of points. I think just the way the game will unfold, there won't be a lot of urgency for either offense to show that it can score a lot of points. They'll play conservative and just keep it close to the belt and just score enough points to win as opposed to trying to hit a home run every time.
Well, of course, I could be completely wrong.
So these are predictions.
Yeah, no,
So anyway, Bills and Green Bay, and they're both covering, and I'm going under on both the scores.
Yeah. Oh, you got that.
So you got Hank Aaron. Of course, there's not much more you can say that hasn't been said out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize some of those details. I mean, I think I remember that he got a lot of hate mail, and but I didn't realize he saved all those letters.
Yeah, and I heard that he said that he saved all those letters.
God, I
or
mean,
whatever.
Just imagine though, if you were getting hate mail like that, I don't think most people would have the balls to even look at it.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing he could even look at it.
Some of the weird things that stuck out was still the career leader in RBIs.
A career leader in total bases.
The total bases thing is just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
That's 722 more than the second guy, which is Stan Musial, by the way.
That's a big name.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And somebody came up with this, and I remember last year, somebody came up with the stat that Babe Ruth has a single-season record of 457 total bases back in 1921. If a guy did that for 15 years in a row, he would still be one short of Henry Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Probably unbreakable, right?
Oh, I imagine so. It's just,
at least
I can't see anybody, especially since he got so many hits. I mean, 3,771. You could take away his 755 homers, and he still got 3,000 hits.
Wow.
And he had a good amount of triples, which nobody hits anymore, and 600 and some doubles too.
Mr. Durability.
Yeah. Closest guy to him in those two areas were home runs and doubles was like Musial. Musial had almost twice as many triples though. But what's his name on the Angels there?
Pujols.
Around that, yeah, he's around that 600 each.
Pujols.
But he's only got like a dozen triples.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get any triples. And he doesn't steal bases. Right?
Yeah.
But
doesn't have anywhere near this.
But he doesn't
singles.
He doesn't have many. Do you think he's got a couple of years left? Maybe one more.
He was going to play for 2 years, and then last season was kind of a lost year. So
it probably has 2 years
still got
left.
One more. He's got one more on that contract.
Mm-hmm.
And then by then he'll have. He won't catch Hank Aaron's home runs. I don't think.
No. He may not even make 700, which he probably would have had he had a full season.
Did he pass Willie Mays in home runs yet?
Yeah, he's one ahead of Willie right now.
Okay, so he did that. Yeah.
The next guy up is, I guess, A-Rod. A-Rod had 696, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has an outside chance of hitting 700 if he gets another season or two. I mean, a couple of more seasons.
Yeah, no, and his career batting average is that still above 300?
Nope, it's slipped below. It's sitting at 298.
Wow.
Something.
See, I knew he was teetering on that.
Yeah, I figured he would lose that. He knew he was going to lose.
That's the problem. He's going to lose. The more he plays, his average is going to drift lower.
It's killing his stats.
So he's not quite as elite as he would like to be, but damn impressive.
Yeah, still pretty dang amazing. Yeah, like I said, nothing had ever happened. Like you take that first 11 years of his career with St. Louis alone, he would be in the Hall of Fame probably.
Mm-hmm. Probably. But he had a good career with the Angels as well.
A reckless driver about to ensue.
Yeah, he was still good for 20, 30 home runs and 80, 90 RBI.
How you doing, officer?
License registration, please.
Yeah, no problem. There you go. It's a beautiful day, right?
What the hell?
Some.
So you've been drinking?
What? No. No, I don't even drink. I'm against alcohol. I don't like
this.
Oh, that's such a present. That's a present for my cousin. So I don't even.
What's this?
Oh, that I like to cook. That's oregano. That's oregano, so I can cook.
Do me a favor and pop the trunk, please.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Got code 13. We got code 13. Back up. Pursuit. Step out of the vehicle with your hands up. Yeah. I repeat, step out of the vehicle with your hands up.
Where'd he go?
Dear police, I'm writing this message to distract you so I can order an Uber and escape. P.S. You stupid.
Hey, asshole! Fuck the police!
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
We love the police here on Chab Dog Sports Talk.
Oh, yeah, we got no problem with that. I didn't think Diego was going to go that way. Awkward puppets.
In fact, next time you have the National Guard in Washington, it would be a good idea to have a place for them to sleep.
Well, and more than one toilet for 2,000 men.
Yeah. Those are people. Those are people like you and me that give up their jobs to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like down in the bayou.
Oh, like Southern Comfort?
Southern Comfort.
Oh, yeah. Weekend Warriors, right.
Hey,
did you see the fight? Did you see the fight last night?
The fight, yeah. No, but I heard Conor McGregor lost.
Yeah, I got to see it. My nephew happened to get it on his set, and I don't usually watch those live anyway. But yeah,
McGregor got a few too many to his chin, to his hairy chin. All right, well, Brian, we're gonna end on a Steely Dan song called "Babylon Sisters." You ever heard this song?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm pretty familiar with those guys. Yeah.
Oh, it's a great song. Just imagine driving down Sunset Boulevard towards the sea. It's a beautiful day in Southern California, and
it's a very sophisticated band.
Eric says they're very white.
Yeah, that too.
I like them. Yeah. This is a good album, Gaucho. I encourage people to check it out. It grows on
you. Yeah, definitely. I'm on Sports Rock on Facebook, folks, so thanks again.
Turn that jungle music on. Just until we're out of town. This is no one night stand, it's a real occasion. Close your eyes and you'll be there. It's everything they say. The end of a perfect day. Mellow out, Chiefs fans. It'll be okay. There's nothing to worry. Babylon sister, shake it. Mahomes is going to be shaking it today. Shaking and baking. He's going to have to be on his pigeon toes. That's all I can say. So fine, so young. Brian, I hope you have a good week.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for calling
in.
Okay. Love having you on. And I'll be thinking of you later when the Bills are crying because we didn't get it done. But it was a nice try to call that. You got to do desperate things when you're behind in the pool like we are. Right?
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good week. Bye-bye. That's it for Chab Dog Sports Talk. See you next week. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Eric Sobe, for another great job. And Brian Kelly from Sports Rock. Great sports page on Facebook. And check out chabdog.com and chabdog.com.
Like a Sunday
club is not a game.